A very good and happy Thursday morning to all out there. Baby Friday is here. Landon here in the driver's seat with you to bring you your latest weather and eye forecast courtesy of On Target. We dodged all the rain and storms yesterday, folks, and it's all because this boundary has remained well north of the region. You can see the stationary front slicing west to east across central Ohio and Indiana, stretching back to the south and west right across the Boot Hill of Missouri. And this boundary is not really leveraged any further south, and that has kept all the activity right along and just to our north and west here over the past 48 hours. Now, we do expect this line and this cluster of showers and storms to meander down to the south and east here as we work throughout the day. Looks like we will have a little bit opportunity at seeing the wet stuff make it to the ground here as we work and as we progress throughout today. Kicking things off across the region, overlooking our D93 sky cam in downtown Bowling Green. Got a beautiful view of the moon there, but we do have the cloud debris already working in here off of those showers and storms just to our north and west. We can also see the cloud cover infiltrating Brownsville. Across the northern tier of the region, Reed Dossier Skycam showing that cloud cover tracking in here. We had a bit more sunshine there a few moments ago, but with that being said, cloud cover has reclaimed the bulk to the vast majority of the skies. Let's take a gander over here at what the current conditions are looking like, and it is exceptionally warm, much like what we were dealing with this time yesterday. We've got these readings already located between the mid and upper 60s here, right along the Tennessee state line. And folks, as we work into this afternoon, we're going to be making a solid run at touching up to right around the low to mid 70s again. And you're going to want to wait for it, folks, because as we roll into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the opportunity of catapulting up into record high territory. Yes, you heard me correctly on that. Getting a gander over here at the latest short-term model guidance so we can give you the breakdown of what could be occurring today. Folks, take this with a grain of salt. These cams, the convective of allowing models, these short-term models we've been using, they've been absolutely all over the place. They did a terrible job of handling the activity yesterday where it showed those robust storms blossoming that didn't quite come to fruition. We're going to take a gander here as we work into mid-morning. It thinks that cluster of showers and storms that we were just looking at is going to slowly pull down to the south and east and through the region, staying in a scattered shower and storm state as it works right here across the region. All right, so that's going to meander and hang around throughout this morning, continuing all the way through this afternoon. And then you can see here, even as we get into this evening, some robust sales could be impacting the region. We don't really have any overwhelming evidence that severe weather is going to be a problem with this, but it is worth noting a few robust cells could reach up, maybe produce some hail, maybe some very gusty winds coming along with that. And you can see as we work late into our Thursday night to Friday morning, conditions should settle down as we roll throughout that time, all right? Now take a look over here at these temperatures, because this is something that we want to mention and what we want to talk about in regards to what we're going to be dealing with, especially if we're rolling up towards that record high territory as we roll into our Friday, all right? So let's put this into motion for you. We're going to work into this afternoon. We're going to see high temperatures up between the low and mid 70s. With these scattered storms in here, they might have a tight temperature gradient. Some people hanging out right around the low to mid 60s, while others are in the low to mid 70s. It'll all depend upon where those storms set up and where they are developing throughout today. However, wait for it. We're not really going to cool off much throughout the overnight, but that's going to set us up for the opportunity of record high temperatures as we roll into our Friday afternoon. By lunchtime tomorrow on Friday, we're expected to be between the mid and upper 70s. And by the time we get into the peak heating of the afternoon, dare I say it, low to perhaps even mid 80s across the board. We're going to be making a run at our record high here in Bowling Green, set back in 1910 of 84 degrees. I think we will have a very good shot at hitting that right around the 85 degree mark as we roll into the peak heating of our Friday afternoon. But what's going to come along with that is with temperatures in dew points so high, we might see a few sporadic thunderstorms develop as a result of the air mass that'll be residing across our vicinity. So we'll kick off Friday underneath loads of sunshine, pop-up storms in the afternoon to go along with those potential record high readings. Let's get a look at what's going to happen in the extended range, and after we get past today's activity, attention is going to turn into Friday night and on into Saturday for our next opportunity as some strong to perhaps even severe thunderstorms. We roll into our Friday afternoon. You can see the low pressure system here. Warm front's going to be north of the region, encouraging that deep southwesterly flow that's really going to fill up our atmosphere with that warm and moist air mass. Here we are as we progress and we roll into the pre-dawn hours of our Saturday, and the setup is going to show a vigorous cold front lining out just west of the region. This front is going to plow eastward as we work throughout our Saturday. Guidance isn't overwhelming in regards to severe weather. We're not expecting any sort of severe weather outbreak, but with that being said, we will have the parameters in place for, again, gusty winds, perhaps an instance or two of large hail coming out of this as well as the cold front moves through the region. You can see current model guidance brings this line through during the mid-morning hours all the way through mid to late afternoon, and then we get a sense of relief. Folks, Sunday is going to be absolutely immaculate. We're going to have a northerly breeze to go along with partly to mostly sunny skies. Highs between the low to mid-60s. Get out there and enjoy it. It is going to be an impeccable weather forecast to finish out the weekend. We roll into the early days of next week, folks, and we're quickly going to find ourselves back into an active pattern. As early as Monday afternoon and evening, we get sporadic shower and storms redeveloping across the region. A more potent signal arrives Tuesday into Wednesday with another vigorous cold front passing. This could be bringing another opportunity at strong and severe weather here across the region. But wait, there's more. Just like your favorite infomercial. We've got another one that's going to try to work through here as well. We might get a little quip of Old Man Winter, a quick little taste here by the latter part of next week. Then very quickly, another passing front tries to make it through here. Then we roll into next weekend, rolling into March 15th and 16th with another strong cold front blasting through the region. And look at this northwesterly flow. Dare I say it, folks, after we get past the mid-month time frame, we could be diving back down to a real taste of Old Man Winter as we roll into March 16th on into March 17th and 18th. That'll be a Monday through Wednesday time frame. And it looks like sub-freezing air will get back in here. And dare I say it, it is Kentucky weather. Maybe even a few bouts of winter weather shenanigans to go along with it. That remains to be seen with the bipolar personality traits that good old Kentucky weather always loves to exhibit for us, okay? So that's kind of a look there at the long range. We're going to pull the reins back. We're going to get here into the short-term model guidance, and we're focusing on the start of the weekend. Again, folks, today might have a few robust cells that pop up and come through here. Might develop some small hail, might be developing some gusty winds as well. But as we roll into the start of the weekend on Saturday, the entirety of the Wobbles community and basically the entirety of the Commonwealth is in a risk for severe weather. Our region's in a 1 out of 5, and then looking off to the far north and eastern tier of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, they're in a 2 of 5 risk of severe weather, where the forcing is going to be a little bit better and organized. Rolling into next week, folks, we continue to get the signals from our machine learning model guidance along with our analog records that is suggesting the opportunity at severe weather making a return right here across the lower Ohio valleys and basically along and east of the Mississippi River. So we're going to need to keep close eyes on this weather pattern here for the foreseeable future. These weather makers look like they'll be carrying quite the oomph along with them, with deep moisture residing across the region, basically for the foreseeable future, with the exception of Sunday, whenever we're going to get the front south of the region, and that's going to give us an immaculate weather forecast to enjoy. Total rainfall forecast valid from this morning through 7 a.m. of next Thursday. Over the course of the next week, is going to range from 2 to 4 inches of total precipitation. With these multiple weather makers moving through here, localized flooding issues could become a concern, along with these pop-up severe chances that we were just talking about that look to make numerous appearances here over the next 7 to 12 days. All right, here's a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast for today. Scattered showers and storms, low and mid 70s on the docket, where the mercury will rise all the way up between the low and mid 80s on Friday. Loads of sunshine, gusty southerly winds, pop-up sporadic storm chances Friday afternoon. Passing front brings the opportunity of strong and severe storms again on Saturday. Sunday, we take highs down to the mid-60s underneath decreasing cloud cover. Then shower and storm chances make a quick return Monday on into Tuesday of next week, bringing back temperatures skyrocketing up into the 80s. Folks, it's going to wrap up your Thursday morning Baby Friday edition of your Weather or Not forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves, take care of each other,